Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. This is Jeff with Fluent American checking in once more here at the Schwa Mill, where our goal is to help you craft your American English accent to sound more natural. As we do every single Saturday at this time, we're going to be taking a look at your pronunciation files to be giving some feedback. I'm going to walk you through the steps in case you want to send in your own files and things. I do have a note. I have to run to an event that I'm organizing. So today's episode may be a little bit abbreviated, but as always, we're going to try to get through as many files as possible. Some quick hellos. Lots of people coming out of the woodwork. First of all, gotta say hey to Mom. Thanks for joining us, Mom. Great to see you. Rumaze is checking in again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ciao, Danny. Che dici? Tutto a posto? Bentornato. Hello to Shok checking in. Shok going to be gracing us with some more languages as always, which we're excited about. Hello also to Emmanuel checking in. Yes, I definitely had some tech issues. Hello to San Oil. Great to see you. Hope to see you in future streams as well. It's great to have you here. Okay, and as you guys could check in, if this is your first time, welcome. It's great to have you. What we're going to do again is we're going to listen to your pronunciation files. I want to show you the steps to do it. Hello to Justin checking in. Tutto alla grande. Hey, that's what we like to hear. So good to hear that, man. Let's go, Gmo. Also, let me know. I did have to adjust crazy mic settings and things like that. So if my microphone is coming in very hot or you're not able to hear it at all, either of those issues, be sure to let me know and I will be happy to adjust. But let's kind of just walk through the process of how you can send in your pronunciation files today or in future episodes of the Schwa Mill. If maybe today's not a good day to send audio, then maybe you can in the future. I do not have the flu. I'm not sick. Folks, it is allergy season. The allergy season is the fall when everything dies, and allergy season is the spring when everything comes back to life. And I feel fine. Today is fine. It's just a little bit of congestion. But my allergies are definitely acting up. Let me know if you have allergies. Let me know what you're allergic to. I can definitely commiserate with you. I definitely understand it. But yeah, let's kind of just walk through the process. You're going to see I don't have any fancy side cams or anything today, unfortunately. Yes. I'm okay. I feel good. I might just have a little bit of a bassy voice today. So turn up your subwoofers. Get excited for that. So this is right here. This is our document where every single Saturday at this time you can send in files. And the nice thing about this is I use this same document every single live stream or this Schwamel episode. So if you're watching this today in the replay or you're watching this right now, but you're scared, you're nervous, you're like, today is not the day to send in audio. Maybe your allergies are crazy too, but you're like, I don't want anyone to hear me like this. So if that's the case, fine. But what you can do is you can go to this link in the future, maybe next week. I usually update it on Thursdays or Fridays. So you can go to this link. This is what you're going to see. And you're going to see some people have already sent us files. And they've also included the text of what they said. You don't have to do that. It's just something that can be helpful. Like, for instance, sometimes we get files and I wish it weren't the case, but sometimes we have a hard time understanding. So this just double checks to make sure that everything you're saying is coming in clear the way you intend it, and we can give the best feedback possible for what you're saying. And we're going to see at the top, it's going to say choose one of the options, visit vocaroo.com. And if you've never used vocaroo.com, it's a website that allows you to send in pronunciation files. What you're going to see the first time you go to this website is a big record button. You can press that, record yourself. You can use your phone if you don't want to have a microphone or something like that. Phone audio is fine. And after you record yourself, it gives you this nice little link down here. I saw Emmanuel's comment. We'll talk about that in a sec. And then you can take this little link right here and you can put it right here. And now we'll all be able to hear you. And if you want us to know who you are, put your name. You can let us know what country you're coming from or where you are right now. And if you have any pronunciation questions, you can let us know as well. We'd love to answer those. But You don't have to. If you want to stay anonymous, you don't necessarily have to even write your name. It's just, we'd love to get to know you a little bit better, especially if we see you in future streams. And yes, Justin Bieber. Sometimes celebrities stop by, um, notorious or otherwise. For instance, this week, Justin Bieber has been kind enough to stop by and send us a file. Really excited to give Justin some pronunciation feedback. I'll be honest, I haven't listened to a lot of Justin Bieber, so like Justin, I don't mean to insult you, but if I don't know if I would recognize your voice if I heard it. I will be honest. Want to check the fiber. No spoilers. Yes, we will in due time. Everything in due time. And again, I am going to do my best today to get through all of these files. But again, it will be slightly abbreviated today just because I do have to run right after this stream. So if we don't get to you this week, my apologies. We will do our best to get to you next time. Before we get into the fun stuff, though, just a quick reminder, we have started a program called Mission English. Now, if you have never taken a pronunciation class before, Mission English might be something you want to try out. It's basically a private Facebook group where we do live streams Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for 30 minutes or more. And basically, for $30, you get 18 classes. I don't think there's anywhere else where you can get 18 classes for $30, and we answer your pronunciation questions directly. So I just kind of want to show a quick trailer for that. Sometimes it comes in a little hot, but just to give you a better idea of the types of feedback that we give. Take a look at this.
Ooh, ooh. Notice that for me, I'm not really having that ooh, ooh. And it doesn't sound exactly the same, like ooh and ooh, but they're close enough that for the speech that you're doing in daily life, it'll be okay. Really nice day.
Really nice day.
So what I'm hearing, so I heard really nice day. So what happened was you put day at a lower pitch. Really nice day.
Just loose.
Okay. I would say, I thought for the most part it sounded pretty good. I think there were a couple words that we do want to watch out for a little bit. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, there you go. That last one's great.
I see Denny has written that is a deal. Yeah. And the best part of it, too, is that, you know, the more members that we get, the more I'll be able to do. Right now, our live streams are about 30 minutes and they're once a day. If we get enough members, I'd be more than happy to do 2 live streams a day, or live stream for an hour, or live stream for 2 hours a day. You know, it all depends on how many members we get. My goal is not to change the price, though. So if that's something that sounds like something you would want to be a part of, we would love, love, love to have you. And because, you know, today when we're looking at your files, we're going to give you what, like maybe 5 minutes or something like that, if that, of feedback. But, you know, we're able to give you so much more. Emmanuel's a member. Get to know him a lot better in case you don't know him enough in the stream. It's great to see him regularly. But yeah, we would love to have you in the group. You can join at fluentamerican.com/Mission English. You can see that Fluent American link in the ticker at the bottom. I've already put on my headphones. That way I can hear you guys. Let me share my screen. And we're going to blitz through as many of these as we can. Yeah, that's right. Maybe eventually we can even bring some guests and things like that too. That would be great. Okay. Speaking of Mission English and things like that, I want to make sure again that we especially have time to get started with our Mission English members. I want to make sure they have feedback first. Hello to Probjat checking in. Probjat has also sent me that beautiful monarch butterfly. Check out that thing. That's great. Great to see you. Welcome back to the stream. Always good to see you here. Probjat, do you send me files too? Do you just go by a different name, or are you just kind of soaking in the information, but you don't want to send in the file? But anyways, let's take a look at our first one here. Make sure you guys can see in here.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world it didn't exist.
Oh wow, this sounds a little bit low for me, so I may have to go this a little bit fast. But the immediate thing I can already tell you is that I think we'll want to expand our pitches a little bit, because I do think everything's coming in a little bit flat and a little bit monotone. But let's listen to that again. As soon as I can find my mouse.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world it didn't exist.
Okay. So I think that... right? Facts. And yes, the audio is really low. So I'm going to have to just give some real quick feedback, because I know that the audio is not is a little bit low to hear. So I do encourage you, when you guys are sending files, it would be helpful to put on headphones just to listen to your file to make sure the volume is okay. Um, but a couple of things I want to talk about stresses. One, I think you have a lot of stresses here. You're like, the greatest trick the devil pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. You're giving me four stresses, and the effect of that. It's fine that you can find native speakers that are doing that too, but let's also be aware of the fact that that's going to lead to a choppier sentence because you're going to have more breaks. The more stresses you have, the more breaks you have in your sentence. So it's going to be harder for it to flow. So what I would say is that where could we put stresses?
The greatest trick
The greatest trick. So you're stressing the greatest trick. So you're stressing greatest.
the devil ever pulled was
The devil pulled. You're stressing pulled.
convincing the world
Was convincing the world. You're stressing convincing.
he didn't exist.
He didn't exist. You're stressing exist. So instead of those four stresses, I would maybe do like the the greatest trick the devil pulled. Maybe just greatest. The greatest trick the devil pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Maybe just exist. So, I would play with that. So maybe greatest and exist. The greatest trick the devil pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Something like that. In addition to stresses, the other thing is that, again, this sentence, I can hear your stressed words. I do think you're raising your pitch on them. But the issue is that the reduced words are all almost at the same pitch. The greatest trick the devil pulled. The greatest trick the devil pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. So with our unstressed words, if you have a group of them in a row, like 2, 3, 4 unstressed words in a row, consider going down a little bit in pitch for each one. It's like, greatest trick the devil pulled. Greatest trick the devil pulled. The greatest trick the devil pulled. So instead of the greatest trick the devil pulled, more, the greatest trick the devil pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Was convincing the world he didn't exist. He didn't exist. Especially those last three words. I think you have a great opportunity to vary your pitches more. He didn't exist. Do you hear how low I'm going on didn't? He didn't. He didn't. And in fact, even that first syllable on exist, I'm also going a little bit lower on, right? Didn't exist. Didn't exist. The greatest trick the devil pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Just having that movement there is really going to give you a much more natural feel. So I would experiment with those two things. Cut down some stresses and increase your range of pitches. But thank you so much for sending that file. Hopefully that's enough to kind of get you started on some things to consider for this sentence. Good quote. It's a good quote. And I'm actually going to make myself just a little bigger. Hey, see me now? Let's take a look at our next one here.
What was your favorite sport growing up?
What's your favorite sport growing up? What was your favorite sport growing up? What's your favorite sport growing up? Let's put this her. So again, we're doing our Mission English members first, which we're excited about. That's another perk of being in Mission English. You get priority. Try to give you some good feedback.
What was your favorite sport growing up?
Just also note, grammatically, you don't need the comma. No comma necessary. Not sure if that was a typo or not. What was your favorite sport growing up? What was your favorite sport growing up? I think you're giving me one stress. Sport.
What was your favorite sport growing up?
Yeah. What was your favorite sport growing up? I can hear what you're doing. So lots of breath coming through, which is great. Could we increase the contrast just a little bit more?
What was your favorite sport growing up?
What's your favorite sport growing up? What's your favorite sport? What's your favorite sport?
What was your favorite sport growing up?
What was your favorite? What's your favorite sport? What's your favorite? I think that you could even go lower. Emmanuel, you're in terms of your vocal register. I don't think you have like a super bassy voice, but I do think that it would be comfortable with your vocal range, I feel, to embrace some lower notes as well. And what that would do is increase the contrast and make things a little bit even easier to note, especially for these long sections where you have lots of reductions.
What was your favorite?
It's like, what was your favorite? You're kind of staying in that same range, right? Right. You're going down a little bit. What was your favorite? What was your favorite. So everything there is kind of staying in like the same like 2 or 3 pitch range versus like what was your favorite sport? What was your favorite sport? So maybe we can like double the amount of pitches you're using or just like increase that range a little bit. What was your favorite sport? What's your favorite sport? What's your favorite sport? Especially on favorite. That's going to be your great opportunity to add more contrast with your stress because we know sport's going to have our highest pitch, right? So that means that sport favorite can go to lowest. Favorite sport. I would even just practice that. Favorite sport. Favorite sport. Your favorite sport. What's your favorite sport? What's your favorite sport growing up? And then same thing with that last part, right? I would cycle this progression. Sport growing up. Sport growing up. What was your favorite sport growing up? So I think the big thing here is increasing your range because I like the breath, I like the linking, I like the one stress. I think that's really helping you flow. But I think the one thing that's holding this back in terms of comprehensibility would be just increasing some of those lower pitches.
What was your favorite sport growing up?
Some things I really liked is I liked your linking with what was.
What was your
What was good.
favorite sport growing up? What was your favorite sport growing?
What was your favorite? I also like your reduction on your, so it's not your, somewhere your. What was your favorite?
What was your favorite sport growing up?
Uh-huh. Um, Watch out. Also, a very minor thing. Watch out for up.
Your favorite sport growing up?
I feel like I'm hearing almost like versus up. So it's a little bit. Watch out for that schwa sound versus that sound. Just a very minor note. Hopefully that makes sense. Emmanuel, let me know if anything there is not clear. But thank you for sending those files. And again, those are 2 members from our Mission English group. I want to see really quick what Denny was talking about. I haven't seen Denny in so long. Es da tanto, Ragog. Es da tanto. Folks are studying at UI, UX. Hey, you're always going to have a job. Those are some big industries. Big industries. So excited for Denny. Denny's about to break out into the world. He's going to find another American girlfriend, even though he's in Italy. Or maybe he's learning. Maybe he's going to stay away. I don't know what Denny's thoughts are. Yep. Thank you for sending the files. I appreciate it as well. All right. It is time to go back to some things. Oh, I forgot my water. Denny, this is what Denny does. Like Denny appears, and on the days that Denny appears, he's my hydration guy. And by hydration guy, it means I've asked him to tell me to remember to hydrate, and he never does. Everyone else does his job for him. In the course of the day he's here, I forget my water. So as my voice slowly deteriorates, living it up. I know how. I definitely know how that. How Italians like to do it. Like I would be in Perugia and like I would like be hanging out with friends and I'd go back at like midnight, 1 o'clock. But like Italians are just like lining like up for the buses that go to like the discotheque, and it's like 1 in the morning and they haven't even left yet. It's like my God, my God. Santa will ask, can we send multiple files? Great question. You can. I just can't always guarantee that we'll always have time for it. Like today, I'll be honest, today I'm definitely not going to have time to look at multiple files. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to look at everyone's files today. I'm trying to go as quickly and efficiently as I can. If we don't get to your file today, though, do keep in mind that the things I'm saying are not just for those individuals. The things I'm saying apply to everybody. Many students are having issues with pitches and stresses and linking, in addition to vowel sounds and things. So whatever feedback we give is not just for that specific person. It is for you as well. I guarantee you. Yeah, I mean, that's when we were in San Antonio. San Antonio does have a thing called the Midnight Rodeo. So basically, it's like if you like two-stepping and dancing at like midnight, they definitely have those opportunities. I've never been much of a clubber myself, but if that is you, I encourage you to embrace it. Do that. Do you? Do you? Let's see who we got next. Everything's rolling. By the way, guys, let me know, are you who here is a partier? Who here? Let me know your bedtimes. Let's do it that way. What time do you guys go to bed? I'll say that I usually go to bed between 12 and 1. And that's usually because, honestly, I'm working.
Today I couldn't go to school because العيال ما هدول ولد اوفر دوز حقنا عيال البلد هنا القهوة ما زي عندها كوني ثابتة راسي ما هجت زي الوقت تاخد لك دبل ولا سنجل اوفر دوز ريح لأمريكا عاد المزاج كاتين من القهوة المستوردة من كوستاريكا شوك نار كان الصيف جا توقيته كله ينزل لك كاس المحيط يا عمي نيفر لأنك منطقة صيد الدوز لو مو اوفر زي ما رحت جيته.
All right, man. I thought I heard Costa Rica in there. Sandro goes to bed at 5 a.m. My God. Sandro, I'm going to guess you don't have kids. Do you have kids? Let me know if you have kids. Have something. Yes. I wish I could drink something more. 1 to 2 a.m. Saturday night, 4 to 5 a.m. My God. That's how I know Denny doesn't have kids. Oh my gosh. Why the cry? Why the tear? um, and some feedback from another native speaker, my mother. Tell me everything I know about speaking English, maybe, or some things. So this obviously had a lot of Arabic involved. I can't give much feedback on the Arabic. I think it sounded okay. Rumeza, maybe you can let us know. 1 p.m. 12 a.m. Except I want to lose my job. Facts. Although my job, this is part of my job. With regards to the English.
Today I couldn't go to school because
Okay, so I think it said today I couldn't go to school. I might just have to focus on that part. Today I couldn't go to school. All right, let's focus on that first, second. I hope that's okay with you.
today I couldn't go to school because
And Sand Note said they are. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I think the Saeed threw me off. I'm sorry. Turkish is a fun language. I would never be able to do so, because it's just one word that just keeps getting longer and longer. It's so incredibly different than English. Such a different structure. And yes, that is very clear. You don't have kids. Once you have kids, see if you're able to keep that schedule. I would be impressed. My big comment here.
today I couldn't go to school because
School. I'm not hearing that break on school. So this is the thing I'm going to highlight for here. I think for school, that I'm not hearing that. Ooh, I'm not hearing that dark L sound. It sounds like you're saying school.
today I couldn't go to school because
Ska. And in fact, that vowel is super, super fast. So we got lots of helpful notes, I think, for everyone here. So firstly, American English is really focused on vowel sounds. In the way that this is saying school is so fast.
today I couldn't go to school because
Skirt. Okay, I couldn't go to school. Today I couldn't go to school. So the vowel sound is not super clear because it's super, super fast. So the first thing I'm going to say is that, hey, let's try to open up that vowel sound more to take up more time. In fact, the vowel is more important than every other letter there. It's more important than the SCH, the NESK sound, and it's more important than the dark L. So you really need to make sure that oo sound is long enough and open enough. Okay. In addition to that, the oo sound is considered a long vowel. When we say long vowel, we don't mean time. All vowels in English are like the same amount of time. Long vowels, short vowels, it's not really about time. The thing that's helpful to know about long vowels, though, is that the group of long vowels, when they link with the letter L, they break into two parts. So, for instance, school, you're going to hear that ool. It's not ool, it's ool. It's oo and ool. So we want to make sure that we're having that separation. And right now, I'm not quite hearing that part. So make sure, again, that last part is And for that dark L sound, for that L at the end of the word, you want to keep the front of your tongue down and the back of your tongue high. So like And if you find that's a tricky sound to do, you can also open your mouth a little bit wider. School. Okay. So those are going to be my big tips there. I want to make sure we have time for some more files, but I think that's going to be something that is really helpful for this, and that is also helpful for everybody.
today I couldn't go to school because
Today I couldn't go to school. Additionally, your placement's a little bit high. It's a little bit tense. Like it feels like your throat's pretty closed off. So just trying to open that up as well a little bit, I think could be helpful. Yes, that's this was Arabic, in addition to English, which is great. I mean, if Shok has been gracing us with passages from literature and things, as a poetry lover, all those books you see up there by the dartboard, those are all poetry books and things like that. It's great seeing other things. So just kind of something to keep in mind for that. Thank you so much for sending that file. We, as always, appreciate it. Show. Did I get rid of that?
You look like
Okay, we'll be that to the file in a moment. I want to get to Denny's question. We got a challenge here about my southern accent. American short eye. Interesting. Denny, you know that those Italian, like those southern accents. Let's be real, Denny. The southern Italian accents aren't Italian. Okay, let's just be honest. Southern, like people from like Calabria, like I can't unhinge my jaw. I can't lower my jaw wide enough to do those sounds that my southern friends in Italy can do. Man, it's just a completely different sound system. I had a roommate from Le Marche, which is kind of like slightly northern Italy by the water on the east side. And I had another roommate from Molise, Termoli, we saw. And my roommate from Le Marche, I understood when I arrived. I understood everything he said immediately. It took me probably about 6 months to understand my roommate from Molise because it's just is in addition to the accent, there's also like Giovanile, like the way that those young folk, those younger generations, your generation, Denny, she's actually a little bit older than you now, but you young folk and your slang and different accents and shortening words and things. But yeah, please send an audio file. Please send an audio file. It'd be great to hear it. That's a very interesting thing about relating it to openness with placement with Italians and Southern Italians. Yeah, because in general, I do feel like Southern Italians do have a slightly more open mouth, which could lead to a slightly lower placement as well. That is actually a very interesting. That's an interesting thought. I hadn't considered that, but that definitely could be true. No, I think that's a great point. Good observation, Denny. Denny, we've missed you, man. You need to come back here. Be a regular again. We need these insights. Let's see what we got here again.
you look like hell, Bill.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
tired.
Just getting right at it. Do it.
There's a big difference between tired and whatever the hell you are.
Okay.
You're going ashore to the hospital.
Okay. Sycamore is dropping some anger here. Let's hear this again.
You look like hell, Bill. I'm tired.
Okay, I'm going to break that off just a little bit. Let's just do this first part for a moment.
You look like hell, Bill.
Big things here is going to be Bill. So we talked about long vowels and short vowels. We said that for long vowels with an L, you want to break them in half. Okay. Really quick for Mahmoud. Great to see you. Hope to see you in some future streams again. But when you go to Vocaroo, you're going to see, after you record yourself, you're going to see this link down here. And then you'll see this copy button. And you can take this copy button and put it right over here. Okay. If we're unable to get to your audio file today, that is definitely my apologies. I do have to run through an appointment. But in the future, that's going to be something to love to have you in future streams. But going back to this audio file.
You look like hell, Bill.
So we talked about long vowels, but now let's talk about short vowels. When short vowels link with an L, you're not going to get that separation. So for instance, Bill is not Beal, Beal, Beal. Do you hear how the vowel kind of breaks?
Like hell, Bill.
Beal, Beal versus this Bill, Bill. It's a Beal. Notice how much movement my lips are doing. Let me make myself big there for a moment. It's gonna see me nice here. It's like Beal, Beal. Notice how much how much movement my mouth is doing. Okay, Beal versus just Bill, Bill, Bill. It's just kind of one movement versus kind of breaking in parts. So that's kind of something I'd really encourage you to watch out for with Bill. Those ILL combinations are very tricky. I will be honest. So it's just some quick practice words in addition to Bill that I think will be helpful. It's like still, will, mill, fill, throw. Let's kind of just practice some quick sounds with that. So I would encourage you to practice with me a little bit. Okay. So like What we're going to do is we're going to say ill, and then we're going to say still. It's like ill, still, ill, will, ill, mill, ill, fill, ill, thrill. Let's see if you can do that faster. See if you can do this in one breath with me. So I'm just going to take a nice big breath in. And notice when I take a big breath in, my shoulder's going to stay down. So like, and I'm going to try to project from my diaphragm, not your lungs. Project lower. You want to feel your stomach, your diaphragm tense a little bit. So breathe in and see if you can do this in one breath. Ill still, ill will, ill mill, ill fill, ill thrill. I would definitely try to practice that exercise a little bit. Just practice with your short eyes and your L's. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It kind of breaks. Just like it's not like a full situation, but a little bit. So practicing that a little bit, I think, will be helpful. Going back to some things here, I think will be helpful. Let's watch out for Bill.
You look like hell, Bill.
If you're going to stress hell, you could probably even go a lower pitch on Bill. You look like hell, Bill. You look like hell, Bill. So you could go a little lower. Okay.
I'm tired.
I'm tired. I'm tired. You could even go higher. I'm tired. I'm tired. You can go a little higher. I'm tired if you wanted.
There's a big difference between tired and whatever the hell.
Tired. You will hear some people that kind of break tired and there's almost two syllables, like tired versus tired. Tired. I personally almost keep it one syllable. Tired. Tired. I said tired. Tired. But that's personal choice.
Between tired and whatever the hell you are.
Whatever the hell you are. Whatever the hell. Instead of raising your pitch on hell, I would actually probably lowered it because you're stressing you. You're not stressing hell.
Whatever the hell you are.
Whatever the hell you versus whatever the hell you. Whatever the hell you. I think also a heavier falling intonation on you would make that stronger. Whatever the hell you are.
Whatever the hell you are. You're going ashore to the hospital.
Watch out also for ashore. I think your R sound gets a little tense.
Hell you are. You're going ashore to the hospital. Whatever the hell you are. You're going ashore to the hospital.
Ashore to the. I would practice that little sequence there. Ashore to the. Ashore to the. Ashore to the. In fact, I would challenge you. Can you say ashore to the with the tip of your tongue pressed against the bottom of your mouth the entire time? Ashore to the. Ashore to the. Ashore to the hospital. Ashore to the hospital. You can say ashore to the. Or ashore to the. You can do that with the tongue higher, but just for like linking and fluency's sake, just as an experiment, I would say, hey, can you do that with the front of your tongue down? See how that goes for you. Ashore to hospital. Ashore to hospital. Okay. For the sake of time, I do have to move on, but I think that will give you some things to take a look at. Appreciate your understanding and for sending that file. We appreciate it. We got question. By the way, guys, if you want to help out the stream, I don't know what our current count is, but something that would be very helpful is if you're enjoying this, if you find this helpful, take a moment to like the stream because that helps promote it elsewhere. We appreciate that. How about nil? Same thing. That's the same idea as we saw with still, will, mill, fill, thrill. This is the same exact idea. So I would practice, if you find that end sound is tricky, I would do this sort of progression. Just say ill and then nil. Alternate that like 5-10 times. Like ill, nil, 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 ill, nil. You know? So just kind of something to keep in mind there. Hopefully that makes sense. Good question. See what we got here again. It's the same file.
You look like.
Okay, next one.
Hey guys, you want to go out and just grab a bite and have a few drinks tonight?
Eccolo. Eccolo. Okay, let's see what we got. See what we got.
Hey guys, you want to go out and just grab a bite and have a few drinks tonight?
Okay. Let's kind of break this in parts.
Hey guys, you want to go out and just.
I like your hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. Hey guys. I like the hey higher pitch guys going down a little bit. I like that. Good movement.
Hey guys.
I also like your guys. This is good. You know, it can be a tricky sound. Those like Z sounds at the ends of words for a lot of Romance languages. So good job, Denny.
Hey guys, you want to go out and just.
You want to go out. Notice how closed you got for out.
Guys, you want to go out and.
Go out versus go out. Clear difference between go out and go out.
You want to go out?
You want to go out versus go out. Okay, so I would really see, I think your placement just kind of raises a little bit higher, but at the same time, your throat also closes off, so you're not getting as much air through. Okay, so more out, out, go out.
And just grab a bite and
And
just grab a.
and just
Do you want to go out and just
go out and just, go out and just, go out and just. Same thing for schwa sound. I think you're switching your vowel a little bit. It's like juice versus just. Try to get a little bit more of a schwa sound there.
go out and just
You want to go out and just. You want to go out and just. You can also lower your pitch even lower if you want it. You want to go out and just.
grab a bite and have a few.
Okay, give me a quick second.
Like what you're hearing? Let us know by liking and subscribing.
Excuse me, guys. Hey, I really could have. I should have gotten that water. This dries out your throat. Here again
Grab a bite and have.
for bite. Oh. Oh yeah. Okay, for bite. I might actually have to go get some more. I'm not gonna lie. For bite, I feel like I'm hearing bite versus bite. Because just try to get a little bit more air through your throat. That's going to be super helpful.
And have a few drinks tonight.
Yeah. I think that kind of hits all the main points I wanted. I promise I'm not dying, but I think I do need to get some water really quick. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to leave you with a quick BRB. And I will be right there. Give me 1 moment.
You were probably in school. You were probably in school
when your nice English teacher taught you to say these words.
all contain vowel sounds, consonants transform into horrible monsters. We hunting down consonants started with the letter L. Say these words to yourself really quick.
Real, girl, milk, roll, cool.
Did you say them like I did?
If not, it's because when the letter L comes at the end of a word, you wanna make sure of these things. The tip of your tongue is down. The back of your tongue is high.
Okay. Sorry about that. I got some water. Got some water. So appreciate your guys' understanding. For the sake of time, again, I think that kind of gets everything I wanted. It's very ironic that it's on this audio file talking about grabbing a bite and grabbing some drinks that I have to leave to get a drink, ironically. For the sake of time, Denny, I'm going to move on to our next file. Beh, fammi sapere se quello non è abbastanza, eh? But thank you for sending that file, Denny. And I'm gonna move on. Thank you. Yep, if I if I die live on stream, we all know the cause. Who we need to charge. Send the carabinieri over to Denny's house. You guys know the cause. He didn't tell Jeff to drink water. Okay.
Hey guys.
But thank you for sending that file, Denny. I appreciate it as always. Yes, the irony is just so incredible. Yep. Does anyone else here live stream or like do like lots of like speaking and things like, man, it just dries out your throat so much.
Think of it from this perspective.
Ooh, it's very
Remember
interesting.
what I said about perspective? Life's about perspective.
Oh man. Jesse's going deep. Oh man, thank you for sending this audio file, Jesse. This is a very intriguing audio file. Very intriguing, very deep. Think of it from perspective. It feels like a scene from a movie or something.
Think of it from this perspective.
Think of it from this perspective. You know, that's a very interesting stress. You're stressing perspective. I was personally expecting the stress on this. Think of it from this perspective. But again, if you are quoting this from something, perspective is certainly a possibility. It's just not the stress I personally would have chosen. How about our next one?
Think of it from this perspective.
I'm a little bit nervous about your long I short, or like your E sound versus your short I, so like E versus I. Okay.
Think of it from.
I think is actually it sounds okay, but the it, I feel like I'm hearing eat versus it.
Think of it from
Yeah, think of it versus like think of it versus think of it. Think of it.
think of it from this perspective.
And it's very slight, it's very slight, but even on perspective a little bit, perspective versus perspective. So I do think maybe your placement rises a little higher on those eyes. So just kind of be careful of that.
This perspective. Remember what I said about perspective?
Remember what I said about
perspective. Remember what I said about
Remember what I said? Remember what I said?
Remember what I said about
Remember what I said? I do think that I think you have some linking and things going on, which is good. And the remember what I said, but I think it could be heightened even more if you wanted. Like, remember what I said? Remember what I said?
Remember what I said about
It's like what I said. It just feels slightly choppier than mine, especially on that what I versus like what I. So this is kind of something to keep in mind. My mood, if we have time, I'm going to do my best to get to everybody, but I do have to run soon. If we don't get to you today, I encourage you to visit us again next week because there are many, many files. Unfortunately, we don't always have time to get through everybody, and my apologies for that. But I do appreciate your understanding. And again, everything we're talking about, even if we're not looking at your file, there's probably some things here that you can take and apply to your own speaking. This perspective. Let's hear that part again. It's probably because of the linking.
think of it from this perspective.
I think that from this perspective,
Think of it from this perspective.
From this. From this. So, Rumeza, your comment here is kind of tied to this from this with the linking there. From this. There are so many ways to link that. You could say from this with a very strong th. From this. Another thing is that honestly, that th could very weaken to the point where you almost don't hear it, or maybe you don't even hear it at all. Like from this perspective. Think of it from this perspective. So there's a lot of different variations in terms of how you can pronounce that little section there. THs are funny because a lot of times they actually do kind of weakening to the point where they just about disappear.
Perspective. Remember what I said about perspective?
So again, what we talked about, what I said about, I think you have some linking going on, but I think you could even, if you wanted to, heighten it more. What I said about perspective, compare mine to yours there.
Life's about perspective.
Life's about. I would have maybe even held life a little longer.
Life's about
perspective, and maybe even go higher on life and go lower on about. It's going to make life pop more. It's going to really stand out more. Life's about perspective. Yeah, for the sake of time, I'm going to have to end this here, but hopefully that gives you some things to chew on in terms of the linking and vowel sounds and things. But thank you, Jesse, for sending that. Love hearing you. Hope you can send another file in the next episode of Schwab Mill. We'd appreciate it. Next one here.
He's not playing with a full deck.
He's not playing with a full deck. He's not playing with a full deck. He's not playing with a full deck. Marcos loves going for like the idioms and the expressions, which is cool.
He's not playing with a full deck.
I think it sounds fine. If you wanted, it sounds very neutral. So something I would encourage you is maybe pick an emotion and try reading it with that emotion, just to avoid sounding too flat, if you're trying to sound like sarcastic or just like you're kind of making fun of them. You could be like, he's not playing with a full deck. He's not playing with a full deck, just to even just add a little bit more movement in terms of your pitches and things. It does sound a little flat.
He's not playing with a full deck.
He's not playing. Every one of those words has almost the same pitch.
He's not playing.
He's not playing. Can we make sure that no two words had the same pitch? Like, he's not playing with a full deck. He's not playing with a full deck, just to kind of increase the variation. Because otherwise, again, it's just going to sound a little flat.
He's not playing with a full deck.
With a full deck. I don't know if you need the stress on full.
Playing with a full deck.
With a full deck. Because it kind of breaks up your rhythm a little bit. He's not playing with a full deck. He's not playing with a full deck. Or if you do want to stress full, he's not playing with a full deck. With a full deck. Would you stress full or would you stress deck? I actually probably would stress deck, not full, with a full deck. With a full deck instead of with a full deck. Full deck versus full deck. Full deck.
With a full deck.
Full deck versus full deck. Yeah, the more I hear it, the more I think that deck would be a more natural place to place the stress, in all honesty. Okay, so just some things to think about there in terms of your stress patterns. But thank you for saying that, Marcos. Always a pleasure to hear it. It's a quick file. Hopefully, though, that still gives you some things in terms of the pitches to get a more natural sound. Okay, let's see which one we've got next.
Hey everyone, Jeff.
All my troubles seem so far.
Okay, all right.
We have arrived at that time where we have received a very special file. I have only briefly listened to this file, so it's going to be a great experience for everyone, I am very much sure of. But we've been graced with a celebrity appearance, so it is now, in the words of Emmanuel, it is time. He's here. Let's listen.
When I was 13, I had my first love. There wasn't nobody that compared to my baby, and nobody can pretend as it could ever come above. She had me going crazy. Oh, I was starstruck. She woke me up daily. Don't need no Starbucks. She made my heart pound. Skip a beat when I see her in the street and at school on the playground. But I already want to see her on the weekend. She knows she got me dazing.
He's got some
She
flow.
was so
He's
amazing.
shown us
And
before.
now
He
my
has some
heart
flow.
is breaking. But I
Oh,
just keep
Justin
on
Bieber.
saying, baby, baby, baby. Oh, like baby, baby, baby. No, like. Come on, Jeff, sing along.
Oh, I was so okay.
Oh, I thought you'd always be mine, baby, baby, baby. Oh,
Is this a
like
song? Like, is this an actual song? Like, I know nothing about Justin.
no, like
Is
baby,
this,
baby,
it sounds like it is.
baby.
I'm guessing you didn't make that up,
I
right?
thought you'd always be mine.
Okay. All right, so I have thank you so much for I don't know the words. Oh baby, baby, baby. That's about I need to turn up my bass. Gotta lower my registers, guys. I want to shake your floors. Hello to YouTube user. Thank you for I'm sorry to Denny. The Nightbot goes crazy. I don't know the word, guys. He lurks in the background. Okay, I have to leave in like 2 minutes, so we're gonna do some real rapid fire stuff in terms of these audio files. I'm just gonna kind of listen and give you like the I have not vetted these, so the minute I hear anything that's even mildly inappropriate, if it's mildly appropriate, I will not allow it. Only inappropriate things. No, if it's even a little bit inappropriate, I will not allow it on my stream. But let's listen.
You know what? I've been thinking about it to deal with him, but actually, I don't want to jump the gun before my friend gets.
Okay, my comment for you is already everything in terms of fluency. You are talking so fast, and part of the reason is that your vowel sounds are so short.
You know what? I've been thinking about it.
I've been thinking about it. So what's happening is because your vowel sounds are so short, your consonant sounds are starting to take over, and that's kind of giving you like a choppier sound like this. I've been thinking about it versus I've been thinking about it. So I would really recommend take like a. Sorry if I hit this. Thank you for Rumeza for letting us know that is one of his songs. Rumeza, are you a Bieber fan, or you just know? It's okay. I won't judge. But I'm just wondering. But anyways, I think your consonant sounds are really strong. Your vowel sounds are really fast.
You know what? I've been thinking about it.
I've been thinking about it versus. So what I would do is I would take a section of what you're saying. I would just do the vowel sounds. So let's do. I've been thinking about it. It's like out it. Out it. Out it. I've been thinking about it. Out it. I've been thinking about it. So this is going to do. It's going to help you emphasize the vowel sounds a little bit more than your consonant sounds, and that's going to help with your flow and your in general. It's going to help with the comprehensibility because your listener is listening for vowel sounds. They're not listening as heavily for your consonant sounds. So I am a little bit nervous about this. Go longer on your vowels, go shorter on your consonants, and you can also talk a little bit slower. Fluency is not about speaking super fast. Okay? Fluency is more about, being able to keep things flowing from one side to the next. It's a lot more about breath and things like that, in addition to the linking. But that would be my major comment. Okay. I believe you. No, but seriously, I believe you. Question here.
Question.
For fluffy something pressed against my mouth. Okay. Yeah, so really quick. Let's take the word like little. So like if I do little with the tip of my tongue down the entire time, little, 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 little. Like if I say a little trouble, a little trouble, a little trouble, versus a little trouble, a little trouble. Those last two I had my tongue high, but if I say a little trouble, that's with my front of my tongue low. Okay, that's something we can go more into in the future. I have some videos that do talk about T sounds, so I would encourage you to check out those as well. But that will give you a little bit of an idea of what it could sound like. So that was that file. That mood, I would hold your vowel sounds longer. So like if you're saying like I was thinking about it. Or another thing too, you could try shadow. So like take a dialogue, take like a 3-second section of a dialogue, okay, and shadow it and see, are you saying it in 3 seconds or are you saying it in 2 seconds or are you saying it in 1 second? So that's a very easy way to kind of check and see if you're talking too fast. Shadow, and make sure your shadow file is the same length as whatever you're shadowing. So that's kind of just the way to capture it. I would really encourage you to shadow more often, I'll be honest. That's a good question. Singer, if you're here, let us know. When is your album dropping? Or maybe next time in the chat you can let us know. Last quick file. I think I can do Sans and I can do YouTube users, and then I gotta go, guys.
There is no reason to complain about something that can be fixed.
Okay. There are things here related to placement that I think would be helpful. I think your placement's a little high. To give you an example of that.
There is no reason.
There's no reason. Can you try, take that phrase, there's no reason. Can you say it 5 times and each time go lower? It's like, there's no reason. 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 So doing that exercise just to kind of practice increasing your range. Because right now I think your placement tends to be more here. Okay. There's no reason versus there's no reason. So that's the first thing I'm going to recommend.
There is no reason to complain about something.
The other thing too is that your stress words are overstressed.
There is no reason.
There's no reason. There's no reason. Versus like, there's no reason. There's no reason. So the pitch doesn't have to go quite so high in your stress words.
To complain about.
To complain versus to complain. So when you're stressing a word and you need to raise the pitch, it doesn't have to go like super, super high. It just needs to be a little bit higher than the syllable before it. And that is plenty. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys, can you say congratulations to YouTube user? Can you say welcome to YouTube user? It's the first time. It's great. We're so happy when people send files for the first time. It's really exciting for us. It's like a new addiction. It's going to be your new thing. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to send more files. How do I send more files? Jeff, I want more files. It's an exciting thing. We're excited to give you some feedback. I want to try to give you some quick thoughts for this, and then unfortunately I do have to go. But yes, please say congrats to YouTube user. Thank him. We want to make sure they send files in the future. Some quick thoughts here.
2 things aren't infinite: the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe.
Okay, not bad.
2 things aren't infinite: the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe.
I think the general this is sounding pretty good. My biggest suggestion is right now you're playing it very safe with your again, I'm going to go back to pitches. You're playing it very safe in terms of the pitches that you're using. You're giving me like a 3 to 4 pitch range. Okay. And I think if you listen to a lot of native speakers, you're going to see a much wider range of pitches being used.
2 things aren't infinite.
2 things aren't infinite versus like 2 things aren't infinite. 2 things aren't infinite. Compare.
2 things aren't infinite: the universe.
2 things are infinite. 2 things are infinite. So just compare mine to yours in terms of the number of ranges of pitches that you're hearing.
Two things are infinite.
Two things are infinite. Two things are infinite.
The universe and human stupidity.
The universe and human stupidity. So I would again play with the ranges, play with intonation too. So like I would consider using a rising intonation on universe because there's more information coming after it. The universe and human stupidity. The universe and human stupidity. The universe and human stupidity.
Two things are infinite. The universe and human stupidity.
Because everything stays the same. The universe and human stupidity versus the universe and human stupidity. So I would really say, hey, I think your English is already at a very clear spot. You know, if you're just going for clarity and to be understood, congratulations. I think you're there. If you're going for a more natural sound, though, I think it's time to experiment with increasing the range of pitches because it's going to give you a much more natural sound when you communicate with people. I will be honest with you. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to cut us here. To those who sent files for this first time, thank you, for instance, again to YouTube user. I hope to see you in future streams. If this was your first time watching us, thanks so much. We do this every Saturday at this time. Normally it's longer, but I do have to go to, again, another obligation. But I hope that whether we looked at your file or not, you were able to get some information from this. I hope to also see you in programs that we have, for instance, Mission English. Again, where for $30, you get access to 18 pronunciation classes where we look at your pronunciation. You get to join a community. We have fun together. We do group classes together. And we also do one-on-one stuff too. So I hope that's something you consider. Visit fluentamerican.com and you'll see a tab for Mission English for more information. Thank you guys so much. Music Garage, I'm sorry. I just really have to run. Remind me next week, and if you're able to send in a file like Thursday or Friday, I'll put it to the top of the queue if we didn't get to it today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you know of other people that you think would enjoy this stream, please feel free to let them know that we do this. We're here to help people, and this is free. It's a free live stream. Let people know we're trying to help people for free. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next episode of Schwab Mill. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon, and take care, everybody. Bye.